the 150 million minimum capital requirement. And the same pronouncement continued when the bank's minimum capital were expected to increase to 200 million by December 2012. Trust Bank again, through its prudential way of managing and distributing dividends to shareholders, was able to, in fact, meet the 200 million minimum capital as of 31st December 2011, a year clear of the deadline of 31st December 2012. The 200 million is now met. Doesn't necessarily mean we would relax. We will continue as a bank to ensure that we have enough buffer for any subsequent increases in the capital requirement, and whilst we also endeavor to give our shareholders the maximum return possible for their shares.
It is a Gambian brain and heart at work, which is why we can identify and understand what it takes to build and maintain trust. It is no coincidence Trust Bank Limited, a Gambian bank, a Gambian managed entity, has become the highest employer in the industry, widest ATM network, and with the widest branch network and counting. We believe in putting you first. That is why we play our part in nation building, from sports to education, and play a meaningful role in complementing government efforts in health delivery. We believe in putting you first because of our innate understanding of your needs to tailor-make products that can only add value to your lives. We believe in putting you first. That is why we have become your trusted partner. Trust Bank Gambia Limited. Proudly Gambian.
Overdrafts. This is a credit facility granted to a customer where the affected account is allowed to go into debit, usually up to a specified limit referred to as an overdraft limit. Interest on an overdrawn account is charged on a daily basis and only on the outstanding amount, which makes it a less costly way of borrowing than taking a bank loan, provided the interest rates are the same. For example, a customer who has an amount of 3,000 in her account but needs to make a payment of, say, $8,000 can apply for an overdraft facility of $5,000 to make up the shortfall. This creates a negative balance in the account, which will be repaid by any subsequent credits into the account. Applying for an overdraft facility is easy. Business customers apply through our corporate department. Personal customers apply through our extensive branch network.
Who says you can have access to your funds 24 hours a day? Definitely not us. Trust Bank ATM service. We have by far the largest ATM network in the country. With the Trust Bank ATM service, you can access your funds 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and withdraw as low as $50 and as much as $5,000. With 10 ATM machines strategically positioned for you, you can access your funds day and night, on weekdays, weekends, and all public holidays. Trust Bank ATM, safe, secure, and convenient. Trust Bank ATM service for a world that is always on. Trust Bank Limited, proudly Gambian.
My full name is Ndambu Ture, and my title here is Head of Foreign Operations of Trust Bank. My banking career started way back in 1975 with the then Gambia Commercial and Development Bank, to which I had a brief, interruption because I had to leave Gambia Commercial and Development Bank, and I went to set up the Continent Bank. I worked for 2 years at the Continent Bank and had to be hired by Meridian International when they bought over the Gambia Commercial and Development Bank. Then, when I was in school, the whole idea was not really to work in a bank, because then we had only few banks in this country. It was then Standard Chartered and the then BICI, which used to be, a branch of the BICI of Senegal. And then the Gambia Commercial and Development Bank was actually set up by the government. For me at that time, I did not expect really to work in a bank. In fact, when I left school, I had to go to work at, I was actually fortunate to be, taken over by the then government training school. The government had a training school where they train, government executives and custom officials, and then I was at the school. It was from that school that I was, lucky to be recruited by the Gambia Commercial and Development Bank. I know banking before and now is a little bit different because, the world have evolved so much. There are a lot of regulations in banking that you'd have to adhere to. Previously, we had a lot of open account trading. Today, it's still on, but at a limited scale. Now you have to disclose a lot of, things relating to any international banking transaction. I spend so much time on banking, and that's it. It's devoted to banking. Over the years, I got used to it. What I do is, frankly, my time for banking is time for banking. What I don't compromise is the weekend. I make sure that the weekend is actually reserved for myself to take care of my own personal business. But anytime I get to the bank, I park my car, I am up. I hardly go out because I spend a lot of time trying to address the customers, because I don't want a customer to come and wait. I should wait for the customer. Yeah. Well, what I like most is to, see that I'm able to solve people's problem. And sometimes you face challenges and they make you think properly. That's what I like. It's quite challenging sometimes. Sometimes you have real problems, and then you have to really use your common sense, with, of course, the help of other colleagues within the department, and then you try to solve it. That's, I enjoy that one. It's challenging, and for me, it makes you think. Really, what I'm looking forward to is really to retire in peace. I have worked in a bank for almost 38 years now, moving towards 39 years. So really, it's a long, long, long time to go through smoothly without any hitches. So I really just look forward to retirement. What I do, anytime we have new intakes, I have always said to them, anytime they write a figure, they must always add only at the end. If you're used to that, then you will not be tempted to do anything, because you know that there is always something greater than what you intend to do. You see, I started my banking career as a young man, just fresh from school, had nothing, you see. But I was content with what I was paid. Then I had not even a bicycle. Today, I drive a new car every 4 years, you see. So the thing is, when they come into banking, they just have to decide to take it as a career. When you decide to take it as a career now, you have to develop yourself within the time that you are in. And then honesty counts a lot. You must always take what you own. Don't take what you don't own. That's it.